Hello and welcome to this edition of News Hour here on CCTV International. I'm Li Xin in Beijing. Topping this hour, a UN conference on climate change is set to begin in Copenhagen, Denmark in just a few hours' time. More than 15,000 delegates from around the world will attend the biggest UN climate meeting in history. Zheng Sui has the latest.
An alert, a foam-melting iceberg in front of the Danish parliament. Posters about climate change. Tight security on roads leading to the venue. Copenhagen is ready for the two-week event, the biggest ever UN climate talks. On the eve of the gathering, the UN's top climate chief warns the time is now to agree on the outlines of a tougher climate deal.
The scientific community has told us that we have a 5 to 10 year window of opportunity to turn the upward emission trend into a downward emission trend. That is why we have to act now.
The upcoming climate talks aim to hammer out a new agreement to curb global warming and replace the 1997 Kyoto Protocol. A key issue is cutting greenhouse gas emissions. Scientists blame the excess amount of carbon dioxide in the Earth's atmosphere for raising average global temperatures over the past decades. The UN says rich nations must accept deep cuts in their emissions by 2020. They will also seek deals on how much financial assistance rich countries should provide to help poor nations deal with climate change. De Boer says the Copenhagen summit has to deliver three things.
And what I want to see at this end of this conference is a list of rich country targets that are ambitious, clarity on what major developing countries will do to limit the growth of their emissions, and a list of financial pledges that will make it possible for the much broader developing nation community both to change the direction of their economic growth and adapt to the inevitable impacts of climate change.
UN officials say greenhouse gases must be reduced by 25 to 40% by 2020 to below 1990's output to keep temperatures from rising in the less dangerous range of 2 degrees Celsius. Zheng Sui, CCTV.
A United Nations environment expert says countries attending the Copenhagen Climate Conference may be closer to reaching an agreement than observers realize.
For those who claim that in Copenhagen a deal is impossible, they are simply wrong. You have a World Summit taking place now with over 100 heads of government and heads of state coming. This is not a negotiating session. This is a meeting to complete a negotiation process that has lasted for over 2 years and is meant to end in a deal.
The head of the United Nations Climate Science Panel says he is cautiously optimistic about the outcome of the UN Climate Change Conference.
I think the events of the last 10 days or so have clearly reinforced that feeling. And I think we'll get a good agreement. Now, whether it's really the last word and specifies commitments on the part of every party, I don't know. But I think it'll be a major advance. It'll be a big step forward. And to that extent, we have to just wait and watch and see what really happens on the final day.